Okay, I'm back with some more on these tables. I'm back with some more on these tables. Where we left off is we had a person table and we also had a health table. And what we want to do now is to see how these tables can be joined together so that we have some kind of sensible system. I was just looking at the constraints. Constraints are a technical part of SQL, and really they're designed to stop some kind of abuse and accidental abuse in the system, so that if one of the key concepts in database terminology is referential integrity, and that means that if you have tables that are related through a key, you can't delete one row without changing the other row because they're connected. And therefore you can add constraints to stop that accidentally happening. So if you have, for example, table A and table B, and they're connected through a key system, if you subsequently delete the row in B, A has to also be deleted, otherwise the system's going to be out of sync, and that's why constraints are used. So it's purely a safety mechanism. I've put on the screen the person check, the person health table to add constraints. Foreign key for person ID, so foreign key on person ID within that table, and then it references, that's the table name, and then that's the key in the other table. So we can add that. Oh, there's an error. So could not find store. Oh, I think that's could not find store procedure. Person ID. Okay, that actually was purely because I'd highlighted a word there. Okay, so we've done that, and then if we go into changing the health ID the same way. So this is health. And that's that. Oh. Right, health reference is invalid column. Okay, so that should be, say, health here. And then we want on the person, well, we've got a few more on the health table. We've got a primary key to put a constraint on. So that's primary key. So that should work there. Oh, okay, primary key is already defined there, so we don't need to do anything. So that is everything there. So what we've got are those keys defined. So if we want to now, if we select back on those tables, person, and if we select from health, we see, so for example, if we take Jim, he's got a person ID 3, and let's say he had good health, and then he got sick, but he's recovering. So he's got records 2 and 4. So we're going to insert into person health values, and I'm going to say that Jim is record 3, that he had good health, and we need a date, so I'm going to say 2014. And then later, which will change his health status to recovering, and we'll make that, say, the 8th. So what we stated there is that Jim, who's person ID 3, in these different points in the year, he had health status 2, and then later he had health status 4, and 2 and 4 he was in good health, and later he was recovering. So it doesn't in a sense make a lot of sense. So we should really add another status to make us more intelligent. So values, we should really say 6, and then let's say broken arm, or let's just say sick as a general category. Inserting to health values. Right. Oh, okay. It's on identity, so we don't specify the value there. Now, if I now want to go back to right, so I hope that will now make more sense. So personal health. So order by. So we just want to order by the date. And we can see that as we went through the year, his health was a 2, then a 6, and then a 4. So he was in good health, he got sick, and now he's recovering. So it's all pretty straightforward. So what we want to do now is to make sure that we can get the actual meanings here. So we have some sort of more intelligent interpretation. So I'll code the old way first. Just so we used to everyone used to one time just do this, personal health, and then we just say it's this P here. It's only called an alias. It's a substitute for person and age and so on, so we can refer. So I want to say that my person ID on my person table is equal to my person ID on my person health table, and I want to say my health ID is equal to the health ID on my person health table, and in that way we've got the joins from the health and the person table to the person health table, so we should hopefully get a system back, and it's pulled back all that data, and it says here we can see the health status is good, is through the year. So to make it sort of what we would then do is we would say first name, person health, dates, and then health status. So we can say that on the 10th of June he was in good health, and then in early August. Okay, so these the dates. Where are we? 6th. Okay, well, I don't know why that's not worked like. Oh, there's no order by. That's why. Order by person health date. Okay, so he was in June and he was in good health, and in July he got sick, and then in August he was recovering. So that's the query there. Pretty simple. So using inner joins, we just say inner join to the where are we? So the person, right? So the person has an inner join to person health, and then we say on, and that's pH